morning, everybody. I think it's still morning. And thank you very much to Board and Congress for allowing me to be here this morning to present the activities of the Coaching Advisory Panel over the last few years since we last met and since we last spoke to you at Congress. As you may or may not know, CAP physically meets once per year. And at our last couple of meetings, we have made quite a conscious decision and a collaborative decision between us that we would, sorry, it's not quite the right slide, whoever's doing the slides, we would concentrate on education and development, and we would concentrate on resources. We know that due to physical and financial constraints, that it is pretty near impossible for the 8 CAP members to physically get around to all of you as members of the INF. So we thought that the best way to try and get our coaching message out was through resources and trying to develop and do research as much as we can. We have also very much appreciated the opportunity as a coaching committee to be involved in the rules review process. And along with RAP, we've had a couple of meetings with them, which have been very beneficial. And I think it was imperative that the coaching perspective was put into those rules. So we thank RAP, and I do appreciate, because I was a little bit a part of that at a few meetings and the process. And I thank the Congress for passing them. So thank you for that. So the top two, as you see on your screen at the moment, are our main focus. Every INF event, we are now putting in process a player of the tournament. And I will allude to the current personnel on our CAP because we have had a slight change in the current personnel. So if you go to the next slide with our education and development. So in 2011 in Singapore was our first go at trying to host, with the Netball Singapore help and big help from Netball Singapore, to run our first coaching and officiating seminar. It was a very successful event. We followed that up with a coaching and officiating seminar in Glasgow at the World Youth Netball Championships. And I must say that one, it was a collaborative effort between the CAP, RAP and MAP at the time, and we had everyone involved. The Singapore coaching officiating seminar was aimed at advanced level. The one in Glasgow was aimed at the lower levels, at the basic levels. We are now going to, at the end of next week, we are having 2 days of a coaching seminar, which is intertwined in the bigger coaching and officiating seminar that is being run here at this World Cup. And this one will be aimed at the high performance. And thus far, we've had a very, very, very good attendance rate, so let's hope that it all goes well. So we will continue where we can, alongside INF run events, to keep doing our coaching and stroke officiating seminars, because it's one way to get the message out. All CAP members will be involved, and with the help of ladies from the Netball World Cup and Netball New South Wales, hopefully it will be a very successful event in doing that. Resources was another very significant part of what we're trying to achieve, and I'm sure you've all seen these. I know I showed them before, but that was our first effort, which came off the foundation level manual, coaching manual, and it was a set of coaching cards. What I do need to show you today, which is our new baby, and it's hot off the press, is this. And this is our intermediate coaching manual. And when I say it's hot off the press, that's the first copy. But it's not quite finished because the rule amendments that you have passed need to go into this. So when we finish here, the slight adjustments will be made, and this will be available online. Claire, am I correct in saying that? Yes, to you all. So that is the next version. And in the ensuing years, we hope to then put out an advanced one. As you can appreciate, that takes quite a while to put together. It's not a quick process, but I hope that the coaches throughout the world will use it, enjoy it, and find some value in it for those of you in your respective organisations that don't have your own. From that manual, in due course, we will lift out another version of these for the intermediate. And these cards, we hope that the coaches take to training, put in their bag, bring them out when they need them so they don't have to carry the manual around with them the whole time. They just pick out these cards and they're all lifted from the manual. So that'll be the next cab off our rank, is getting a set of these coaching cards for the intermediate level. Now, along with that, and we do have the footage, and it is being collated at the moment for a footage, so a DVD and clips to go on YouTube that go with the foundation coaching manual. So in due course, look for that. And as you can appreciate, for anyone that has done any videoing or DVD, that's a slow process also, but that's on our agenda. After that, we will then try and do the same at the intermediate level. So it's an ongoing process. We also want to try and use the YouTube media to put out more coaching clips. So when we have a small coaching education, a couple of minutes of it will go on YouTube, and it will be on a dedicated YouTube channel.
So, yeah, you weren't here yesterday. We have an INF.
Okay, it'll be on that.
You weren't here yesterday.
No, I wasn't here. So it'll be on the INF dedicated YouTube channel in due course, which you will know about. So they're the resources that are coming up, that are out and about, and hopefully that your coaches can use and will find them user-friendly. If they're not, and if you have any feedback, please pass it through the Secretariat, and it can come back to me and it can come back to our members, because we're always looking for feedback. As I said, we have always, along with an INF run event, I should say, had a player of the tournament, and the first one was in 2011 at the World Netball Championships in Singapore. And we did one in Glasgow, and we are doing another one here. Now, it's usually been my role as Chair of CAP to coordinate it, but because I'm involved in one of the teams competing, we have two CAP members in Julia Lawrence from Singapore and Liz Broomhead from England, who will be coordinating it. And a lot of pre-work has already gone into it, so the first 4 rounds of matches have already been allocated. And what we have tried to do is distribute to as many coaches that we know of that are attending this World Cup, to try and spread the vote far and wide so we get a very good cross-section of voting. And that's what we tried to do in Singapore, when Erin Burgess came out as our player of the Netball World Champs in Singapore. So for this Netball World Cup, we're hoping that the same thing will emerge, and at the end of the day, we'll have our player of the World Cup. As you can imagine, it's a pretty painstakingly hard process, but we have a lot of coaches on our books, so I do thank all of those coaches. Right, and the last thing I want to just allude to you is our current membership of CAP. We have now 8 members of CAP, and on the left they're the current members. I do want to thank very much Ruth Aitken, and Benny Sarman, who were members of CAP and stepped down, and Julia Lawrence, Yvonne Willering, Julie Hornweg are the new members that have come on. We only had 7 members before, but now we have our full complement of 8. So we do a lot of corresponding by email, and as I say, we meet face-to-face once a year, and we'll be meeting 2 mornings next week to go through issues and to further enhance our resources and our research and development. So I don't need to give you any more. It's all there in my report, and I'll take questions if there are any questions.
Thank you very much, Jill. Does anyone have questions for Jill?
No?
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you Thank you very much, Ms. Jill. Just a question on your interaction with regional coaches or the regional person who would be a member, I suppose, on CAP. How often do you interact with the regions in terms of ensuring they're on the same level as you presented here today?
The short answer to that is not often enough. And it's not often enough as we would like to, and it's one area that we really do need to lift our game, so to speak. We have by chance, I guess, we have representatives of all regions on our and we hope that we can spread our message far and wide, but at the moment that personal interaction with regions is not as good as we like, so it's something I know that's on our agenda to be looked at.